What if I told you your emotional state is under your control, instantly? You don't have to wait for mood to shift on its own. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to walk you through powerful research-based techniques to shift your emotional energy in real time. By the end, you'll have a toolkit to regulate anxiety, frustration, sadness, or lethargy, and you'll see how these methods connect to deeper philosophical wisdom about self-empowerment. Let's begin by setting a foundation. Emotion isn't some random guest crashing your life. It's part of your operating system, feedback from mind and body, triggered by thoughts, beliefs, or physiology. When you understand how emotion arises, you can interrupt it, redirect it. Here's a quick physiology hack. The moment you sense energy rising, tension in your chest, a racing heart, shift your posture. Sit or stand tall, open your chest, roll your shoulders down, and take a slow, deliberate inhalation. Hold for 2 seconds, then exhale. Repeat twice. Within seconds, your nervous system notices, safety. This alone can shift the internal thermostat from reactive to calm. Philosophically, this is ancient Stoic wisdom. The mind influences the body, and the body gives signals back. Marcus Aurelius spoke of observing your own reactions. Today, we do it faster. That's your empowered choice. You can take control, starting now. In just 2 minutes, you can completely shift your emotional state by changing the way you think. Let's explore the technique of thought reframing. Emotion follows thought. When you catch a negative self-talk loop, "I'm so stressed, I can't handle this." Pause. Ask yourself, is that thought absolutely true? What evidence supports it? Is there another way to view the situation? This internal detective work interrupts the emotional spiral. Take 2 minutes, the average time your brain needs to generate a powerful reframe. For example, you think, "I always mess things up." Stop. Ask, "Always? Can I find one moment where I succeeded?" Yes, you did. Shift. "I've succeeded many times and I learn when I don't." That subtle shift. Magic. Emotion recalibrates from shame or fear to grounded confidence. Philosophically, this is inspired by cognitive therapy but rooted in Buddhist mindfulness. Observe the thought, let it pass, don't cling. You become the watcher. After 2 minutes, your brain resets. Mood follows. If you found this insight life-changing, hit like and subscribe now. Also, comment below one powerful moment when you reframed your own thought. Your story might inspire thousands of others. Stay with me, it gets even deeper. Anchor positive emotions into your body and carry them with you, no matter where you are. That's what the anchor ritual offers. Choose a physical gesture, a light touch on your heart, pressing fingertips together, or a deep diaphragmatic breath. Begin by picking a recent moment when you felt calm, confident, or loving, maybe gratitude for a friend, pride in accomplishment. Close your eyes, breathe into that memory, and as the emotion swells, perform your gesture. Hold it for 10 seconds while fully immersing in the emotional tone. Repeat 3 times, then stop the gesture. Now, in future stressful moments, just perform the gesture again. Your brain associates it with the positive state, like Pavlov's bell, except you're conditioning calm and confidence. This ritual bridges neuroscience and ancient practices like Buddhist mudras or Christian sacramentals. Modern research on state-dependent cues shows how body signals can reactivate emotional states. You, my friend, become your own emotional alchemist. Anchor a positive state with a gesture and recall, and reactivate it any time. What if a short external act could reset your whole day? Let's dive into the 60-second external shift. Sometimes internal work feels a bit abstract, so reach outward, change your environment for a full minute. Step outside, feel the sunlight or the breeze. Maybe splash some water on your face, or just open a window and breathe deep. Look at something beautiful or something green. Shift your gaze away from screens or stress to natural light and movement. That breaks mental fixation, calms the visual cortex, and grounds you in physical reality. Emotion resets. This external shift really aligns with Taoist philosophy. Harmonize with your surroundings to align with yourself. It's a micro-practice of shy, shifting the energy field. Use this technique anytime your emotions feel stuck. Walk for 60 seconds, Breathe in sunlight, touch leaves or grass, and look into the distance. Your system will reset, and internal emotion follows. A brief change in environment can lead to an instant emotional reset. Silencing your inner dialogue for just a moment can bring immediate clarity and peace. This next technique is the inner dialogue pause. We often feed ourselves with non-stop mental chatter. Worries about the worries, planning, ruminating. That just fuels anxiety. To interrupt, set a timer for 60 seconds and simply observe. No judgment, no trying to fix anything. Just note what thoughts arise. Then stop. Do nothing. That pause, brief silence, breaks the feedback loop. You become the witness, not the thinker. Emotion often softens and releases. After the pause, you can choose how to respond, rather than reacting reflexively. Philosophically, this is like the principle of Wu Wei in Daoism, a non-forced presence. Or like Advaita Vedanta's witness consciousness, you reside behind the scene. Emotion arises but doesn't define you. By pausing your inner chatter for just 60 seconds, you can reclaim your emotional center. What if recalling your deepest why could instantly infuse calm and clarity? That's the purpose anchoring technique. When anxiety or frustration escalates, pause and ask, why am I doing this? What's the deeper purpose in my life? What matters beyond this moment of tension? Remind yourself of your core values: love, growth, contribution, freedom. Reconnect with that sense of purpose. Just 30 seconds spent recalling your why can shift your emotional field from reaction to meaning. It re-engages the part of you that's driven by long-term vision, not short-term turbulence. This aligns with existential philosophy. Viktor Frankl said that meaning is the antidote to suffering. When you recenter on purpose, your emotional energy follows. A single moment of gratitude is all it takes to flip your emotional switch and reset your energy. That's the gratitude snapshot, a microdose of gratitude anywhere, anytime. So just stop for a second. Think of one thing you're genuinely grateful for in this moment. It could be a breath of fresh air, a loved one, or even your strength to be here right now. Let that feeling rise in you. Even if it's fleeting, just hold it for about 15 seconds. This primes your brain to produce dopamine and serotonin. Gratitude interrupts negativity and tunes your frequency upward. Philosophically, this ties into the Stoic practice of amor fati, loving what is. When you seek out the good, even in small corners, you feed contentment and resilience. One grateful thought, 15 seconds, and your emotional state can shift upward. What if you could train these techniques into habitual emotional mastery? This chapter shows you how to integrate them. Every morning, pick one technique and practice it for 2 minutes. Pick a time during the day, midday, before lunch, to anchor or pause. At night, do a gratitude snapshot to close out your day. Consistency builds neural pathways. Over weeks, these tools become automatic. Emotional self-regulation becomes your second nature. Tie them into triggers. After your first sip of coffee, do a 2-minute reframe. After brushing your teeth, anchor positivity. After lunch, step outside for a 60-second reset. Before sleep, gratitude snapshot. These tiny habits build long-term emotional strength. Philosophically, this is Aristotelian virtue, ethics, excellence through repeated action. You become more than reactive. You become responsive, grounded, wise. Habitually practicing these micro-techniques rewires your emotional baseline. Every emotion you experience has something valuable to teach you, if you're willing to listen. Let's look at the deeper philosophical context. All major spiritual traditions teach you're not your emotions. You are the awareness behind them. They appear, but you observe. This video has offered fast, modern techniques, but they point to deeper insight. You are the witness, you are the chooser. When you regulate emotional state, you reclaim sovereignty over your inner life. Buddha taught dukkha arises when we cling. Stoics taught that external events don't disturb us, our judgments do. Taoists taught adaptation, flow, non-resistance. Existentialists like Kierkegaard and Frankl taught meaning defies despair. When emotion arises, ask, what is this showing me? What can I learn? How can I respond? That perspective transforms emotion into a teacher. Emotion is energy, temporary, informative, but not the master. You are. The next few moments are your opportunity to start shifting how you respond to life. Let's seal that potential. Right now, pause. Choose one technique you've heard. Posture shift, reframing, anchoring, environmental reset, inner dialogue pause, purpose anchoring, or gratitude snapshot. Choose it now. Decide to practice it once today and once this week. Mark it in your calendar or journal. If you do it even 5 times this week, you'll feel something tangible. Calm in chaos, clarity under pressure, emotional resilience emerging. If this video empowered you, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, and join our community of thoughtful seekers. Share this video with someone who could use emotional mastery. Comment below which technique you'll practice first and commit to doing it. When you come back next week, let us celebrate your wins together. You're not alone. You're training. You're growing. And as you build these practices, you become someone who doesn't just survive emotion, but transforms it. Thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. We'll see you soon.